It's pretty much same in both, so it doesn't matter which book you're using. I was raised Southern Baptist, and I was a Southern Baptist youth minister. So anyone who is raised on the Bible knows that 2 Corinthians 13 is the love chapter. And love is patient, love is kind, love is long-suffering. And what love is, you're going to find in that chapter. And I'm a wisdom text junkie. So I love reading wisdom texts. And literally just about every wisdom text has a section that talks about what love is. And generally they're kind of in the same arena of what they say love is. You know, they don't usually say love is killing your brother. You know, I don't think they ever do. I haven't seen that. But today we're going to go with A Course in Miracles and what A Course in Miracles says love is and love is not. And I think you're going to find it a little astounding in some areas. So I'm going to prep you with that, you know, don't be surprised if you hear some things that just don't make sense, rattle some triggers, or maybe make you cry with joy because, geez, that's the kind of love you've been looking for.
Yeah, baby.
Right. I was telling the group earlier when Spirit gave me this and said, this is what we're teaching on. I said, are you crazy? There's no way I can do this in 90 minutes. And there's no way in this lesson, there's no way you can leave any paragraph out because every paragraph has a key element to what love is. It's like, you know, stair steps of what love is. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And Spirit flashes in my head. And those of you that are old enough to remember this, because many of you may not, there used to be these adorable little cartoon kids in a heart, and above their head it said, love is ... And then at the bottom it would say, kind or merciful or whatever, right? As that visual popped into my head. I was like, okay, what does that mean? And it was like, well, you're going to have to give it to them in the love is mode. And so that's why you have a handout. Handouts are not normal, as you guys know in here, but this is to keep us all on track. And without me having to say, and now I'm going to this one, and then I'm going to this one, because we're going to go down the lesson, but we're not going to read full pair. I'm going to read before we start, I'm going to read all of it to us. But then as we go through it, we're not going to slowly go through the paragraphs like we normally would, because we would never finish. So, before we get started, welcome everybody, and welcome everyone online. Any questions, any thoughts before we hop in? Because what I'm going to do is hold on just a second, Miracle. I'm going to invite us to close our eyes in a minute as I read this. So, yes, sir. Oh, you were just being silly. This is my amazing Miracle Man grandson, Nico. Say hi, bud.
Hi, Nico.
Hi, Nico.
And then what's the workbook lesson?
127.
Workbook lesson 127.
Hey, Neeks, if you need to go out that door, okay? Thank you. All right. Oh, what a beautiful day. I'm going to wait because I see a couple people coming in from the parking lot. So before I get started, we let them come in. I am thankful for the amount of snow we got.
Yeah.
I'm thankful we finally got our first snow. And I'm thankful it was not a snow. Right? I know Anna and Greg got real snow.
Yeah, not much.
But we had a dusting here.
Yeah.
So we got a little moisture. We can now say we are officially in snow season.
That's right.
Hopefully it helped all our ski partners out in the mountains so that they have some fresh powder.
Yeah.
I had friends that went skiing for Thanksgiving and said it was pretty icy. The places that they went. So we need the powder.
That's right.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to invite you, if it feels comfortable, to just listen with your eyes closed, with your eyes open. It doesn't matter. I like to listen with my eyes closed, but however you like to listen. And I'm going to read to you this beautiful long lesson. Can you turn that down just a little? Thank you. All right. A Course in Miracles, lesson 127. There is no love but God's. Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think there is a kind of love for this and a kind for that, a way for loving one and another way for loving still another. Love is one. It has no separate parts and no degrees, no kinds nor levels, no divergencies and no distinctions. Love is like itself, unchanged throughout. Love never alters with a person or a circumstance. Love is the heart of God, and love is also the heart of us, the children of God. Love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. He does not see that changing love must be impossible, and thus he thinks that he can love at times and hate at other times. He also thinks that love can be bestowed upon one, and yet love can remain itself when it's withheld from another. To believe these things of love is not to understand love. If love could make such distinctions, love would have to judge between the righteous and the sinner and perceive those that are the Son of God in separate parts. Love cannot judge. As love is one itself, it looks on all things as one. Its meaning lies in oneness, and love must elude the mind that thinks of love as partial or in parts. There is no love but God's. Principle that rules where love is not. Love is a law without opposite. Love's wholeness is the power holding everything as one, the link between the divine Father and the children, which holds them both forever the same. No course whose purpose is to teach you to remember what you really are could fail to emphasize that there can never be a difference in what you really are and what love is. Love's meaning is your own meaning, which you share with God Himself. For what you are is what God is. There is no love but God's. And what God is everything there is. There is no limit placed upon God, and so there is no limit upon you as well. No law the world obeys can help you grasp love's meaning. What the world believes was made to hide love's meaning and to keep it dark and secret. There is not one principle the world upholds, but violates the truth of what the law is. And what you are is what? Do not seek within the world to find yourself. Love is not found in the darkness and in the death. Yet love is perfectly apparent to the eyes that see and the ears that hear love's voice. Today, we practice making free your mind of all the laws you think you must obey, of all the limits under which you live, and all the changes that you think are part of human destiny. Today, we take the largest single step this course requests in your advances toward its established goal. If you achieve the faintest glimmering of what love means today, you have advanced in distance without measure and in time beyond the count of years to your release. Otherwise, you have advanced beyond time and space. Let us together then be glad to give some time to God today and understand there is no better use for time than this. For 15 minutes twice a day, escape from every law in which you now believe. Open your mind and rest. The world that seems to hold you prisoner can be escaped by anyone that no longer holds that world dear. Withdraw all value you have placed upon the meager offerings and senseless gifts of that world, and let the gifts of God replace them all. Call to God, certain that God's voice will answer. God has promised this, and God will place a spark of truth within your mind wherever you give up a false belief, a dark illusion of your own reality and what you believe love means. God will shine through your idle thoughts today and help you understand the truth of love. In loving gentleness, God will abide with you as you allow God's voice to teach love's meaning to your clean and open mind. And God will bless the lesson with God's love. Today, the legion of the future years of waiting for healing disappear before the timelessness of what you learn. Let us give thanks today that we are spared a future like the past. Today, we leave the past behind us, never more to be remembered, and we raise our eyes upon a different presence, where a future dawns unlike the past in every attribute. The world in infancy is duly born, and we will watch it grow in health and strength, to shed its blessings upon all who come to learn to cast aside the world they thought was made in hate to be love's enemy. Now are they all made free along with us. Now are we all brothers in God's love and siblings. We will remember them throughout the day because we cannot leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourselves. At least 3 times an hour, think of one who makes the journey with you and who came to learn what you must learn. And as he comes to mind, give him this message from yourself. I'm going to invite you to bring someone to mind as I read this. Person's name, I bless you with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's. And breathe that in. Come back into the room. If you left your body, come back into your body. Oh, I think you can see why we couldn't have gone through that one paragraph at a time in 90 minutes.
Right, no.
Yeah.
That's a great idea to read the whole thing first.
So
Great idea.
I would love experiences. What popped for you? What came out?
Well, for me, it's really helpful to remember what love is, and how it's nothing that I learned that it is. And that gives me hope because, you know, the idea of like, well, you can't find love. That's not what it is. It's just that I was defining love wrongly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like there's not enough love. I just happen to be defining it wrongly. So that gives me hope.
But you're the only one, Anna.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the reminder that I can offer and extend love to anyone, regardless of time, place, whether you're on the planet or not, whether they feel the same about me or not.
Yes. Yes. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. We are not limited by time or space, and we're not limited by their acceptance of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautiful. Anders.
I really like the part where you can't have love and hate.
Mm-hmm.
There they're not just two different thoughts, they're two different thought systems.
Yes, not two, love and hate are not two thoughts, but two thought systems. Yeah.
And so if you think you have a little bit of love, or that, like you said, I have love right now, not all the time, then guess what?
It's not
You're
really.
not in love. You're not in that thought system.
Yes, right.
There's
Right.
no looking for favor or preference or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not love. Yeah. Of course.
What popped into my head was like, I've like seen a lot of therapists, and I remember one that used to have me like write positive affirmations or tell me to look in the mirror and tell myself I love myself. And I'm like, am I supposed to like just like lie?
Yeah.
Convince myself that I do, even when there's parts of myself that I don't feel that way. And recently, I've been like working with some younger guys, and they struggle with these same things. And when they explain these parts of themselves that they feel like they can't love, or things that they've done that they feel bad about, I can love them for those things, knowing that I've done them too. And it's almost like I can love you for doing this. And in that moment, it's like I can start to accept myself for doing the same thing.
I love that. I love that. Where when you look at yourself, you don't feel perhaps worthy of that love, or that you truly feel it toward yourself. But that when you see loved one, a brother, a sibling, a sister, or whatever, challenging with this situation, with similar to what you're going through, that you can see their innocence, and you can see and have compassion for them. And I love that that turns the mirror around so that you can see that maybe you deserve it as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. What else? Tell me your name, love.
I'm Wendy.
Wendy, sorry.
It's fine.
I'm horrible, you know that.
I'm struck because this was my relationship.
Oh, I love it.
This morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
What?
You got called out.
Yeah.
And I was really struck by leaving the past behind.
Leaving the past.
Oh, the past is the past. It's just not here.
I love that little phrase, never to be remembered,
Yeah.
right? It's like, not only is love not the past, it is that we are leaving the past behind, never to be remembered. Because isn't that what we bring forward to not love ourselves? Is what we remember from the past that doesn't exist?
Right. That's our excuse.
Yeah, I love that. And we're going to go through each of these sections deeper as we go. Yeah.
That, we're all in the habit of looking for love, but this is saying, you are loved.
You are loved. Yes.
So love isn't something you get or find outside of you through another. It's something that you remember that you are. It's not something you remember.
Yes.
Your true identity.
It is our identity. It is our identity with God. What God is, we are.
Yeah.
That's a hard grasp.
Yeah.
Sometimes too. I know I have a hard time believing that I am that limitless, right? That I am that much love, that I am that. Nico and I were in the library earlier, and someone had written on the chalkboard, I am. And so he came in and he read, I am what? And I said, no, that is a whole sentence into itself, right? I am, and all that follows, right? And that's what this is telling us as far as love. Anyone else? Yeah, Jax.
I appreciated that. Like, it said, I don't know, I had my eyes closed, I was in it. So,
Good.
5 and 6, maybe the paragraphs there. I just remember there was a point in the reading where it says something about how love is not beholden to the laws of this world.
Yes.
And shortly thereafter, it also says that there's like nothing about this world that could threaten love, and it's just like It's like bookend.
That's right. Well, there's another lesson that I love, and I am under no law but God's, right? And if you take the lessons together, you can say God's law is love, right? So I'm under no law but love's. And so those two paragraphs, and we'll go through those a little deeper actually in a little bit, are really speaking about that, right? Is that all the laws we believe we have to follow, all the things we think we have to do to fulfill our destiny, to fulfill our purpose, to be the magnificent being or blah, blah, whatever,
Love.
right? To be accepted, to be successful, all those laws point us away from love, not to love. Because those are the world's laws. So it says the world's laws want us to believe that the opposite of love is hate. So one of the things that's in there that I loved is love has no opposite. It's all encompassing. And so we're going to bring that in. Wow. Rich, anyone else? All right. We're going to hop in then to the Love is handout if you desire to follow along. If you don't, that you are perfectly innocent, but this is what's going to keep me in the 91 window. So the first paragraph, right? And I have the citations there, so you can go back and fully read them, but I have to go turn my page back so I can color coordinate it, so I know which ones I'm reading.
Thank you, Burgess.
Right? I knew you'd appreciate that, Emma. Love is one, and love is not divided. Love is one, and love is not divided. It has no separate parts, no degrees, no kinds nor levels, no divergencies, and no distinctions. Love is one. Love is one. It has no separation. Now, if you don't raise your hand, I'll know you're a liar. Raise your hand if you've ever sought a specific type of love. Sought a specific type of love.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'd like romantic love. Oh, I'd like deeper friendship love. Oh, I would love my mother's love. I'd like my father's love. I'd like my grandson to love me as much as I love my grandson, right? All those kinds of love. I have a love for my family, which is deeper than the love that I have for the world out there. Exactly, bud. You said it causes everything. So that right there, I said earlier, you might hear some things that trigger you. So I want us to sit here for a minute with that concept that to even finish this lesson, you have to throw away the concept that there's any kind of distinction in love. Do you know how to love without distinction?
No.
Oh, I think that's why we have this lesson, right? It's like, well, let's start with the basics. You can't have a romantic love and exclude someone else out of it. That's not love.
That's what I've been trying to tell my girlfriend.
Thank you, Andres. Let's see if I can help you with languaging around that. That's so funny. A love that excludes anyone is not love.
Or love that alters with a person or circumstance.
So, and we'll go further into that. That'll be the next point, right? But so the point being of this one, though, is that if I can make it separate parts, I'm not looking at love, I'm looking at something else.
That's right.
Now, the same one love may be demonstrated differently,
Right.
right? I may have this all-encompassing love for everyone in here, and I'm going to talk to Nico different than I'm going to talk to Bill, right? And I'm going to express differently. So it may express differently, but it's not distinguished by a type.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Sure does.
Yeah. Thoughts? Yeah, man.
What occurred to me immediately was the very beginning of the book, under Miracle Principle 3, all expressions of love are maximal.
Mhm.
And if they're all maximal, they cannot really be different.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
All expressions of love are maximal, means they're at their highest point, their fullness, right? 2, love is constant and unchanging. Love is not given to some and withheld from others.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Uh-oh.
back to Andres and his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? First thing I'm going to say is love is not my body,
Amen to that.
right? We are not bodies. We are not bodies. One of the things that I've heard said of A Course in Miracles is that it's a free love community. Yes, we are a free love community.
You get into it.
Everyone gets love. Love and sex and my body are not the same thing. Love and relational styles are not the same thing, right? And so we have this misperception that by making love available to everyone, that somehow someone's at risk, right?
Yep.
If I love you, then I don't have enough love. If I love Anna, I don't have enough love for Matt. I don't have enough love of that kind for Matt. Right? And so then what happens? Competition, right? And so it's like, oh, well, you don't like me talking to that person. Okay, I'm not going to talk to that person. Oh, wait, love just changed. Love just changed.
Okay.
That's not love.
Nope.
That's not love. Right? So one of the things we have to learn is to elevate where love exists. Right? If I'm trying to operate by the world's standards in the world's language, I am always going to have love that is given to some and withdrawn from others. Always. Notice as we read, well, you had your eyes closed, but as we go through, notice that every time it referred to self in this lesson, it's capital S, higher self. So when we're speaking of true love that is one, it is that consciousness of also our higher self. So I would make the inference, we cannot operate from love in our lower human essence because we're programmed against it. Right? Any thoughts on that? Jax, I saw the hand. Was that a question or a?
Feelings, I'm, very attached. I don't know. Something will come later.
Okay. Feelings are something very valuable. All right, let's move to the next one because I think this one is where a lot of us get stuck. Love is non-judgmental, or love cannot judge, and sees only oneness. Love is not partial or in part. Love is non-judgmental. I was sat with this morning when I was going through this. I read the whole thing when I was in here again this morning. I was like, where would I think love was judgmental, right? If I was thinking with the traditional societal mindset, where would I think that it is loving?
Be judgmental.
To be judgmental. If you hurt my child, I'm going to send you to us. Thank you, to the office.
To the office.
It's a lot better than. Yes, right. because they have this stance, they're my enemy, right? And it's because I love children that because I love women, because I love whatever, then I have to not love that. Sit with that for a minute. Where is that stance really strong inside of you? Because I love this, I can't love this.
Right. And since I love you, now I have the right to judge you.
Oh, yes. Even more so.
Yes.
That's what we call very special gifted
That's
love.
special love.
So I love people who preserve the environment, and then I hate people who do not. Right? That's very common there.
Yes, right. Perfect. That's a perfect example. Love people who preserve the environment. Hate people who destroy it. Great example. Now, love and acceptance of behavior are not the same thing.
Amen to that.
Okay.
Amen to that.
That is not what this passage is telling us. Love and acceptance of behavior are not the same thing. Throughout, of course, it says mistakes are for what?
Correction.
Correction. So if my sister is out there littering up the mountainside, that's a mistake that needs to be corrected,
I love.
right? And I can lovingly demonstrate how you walk a path cleanly, right? I might even lovingly encourage by handing her a bag to pick up her own trash, right? It's the intent from which I come in my interaction with someone that matters. Am I coming from love? Am I coming from judgment? Right? If I'm coming from love, I can address any mistake and it will be heard and lead to healing and peace. That's what A Course in Miracles promises me.
Where I'm struggling, I believe everything, it makes a lot of sense. Where I'm struggling is that example for our lives. We are foster parents to a little girl.
Okay.
The county took it, making wrong allegations against my wife and I.
Mm.
And it's not a mistake. They are making lies. So I struggle with experiencing and demonstrating love. Like I get it, like a mistake, sure, I get it. But when something is unjust, that's what really pulls me into a different concept.
So A Course in Miracles uses the word mistake differently. Okay, so anything I do that is not a loving act is a mistake. Because I am love, and the path that I walk and am designed for is love's path. So any choice I make that is not a love choice is a mistake that needs to be corrected. Now, we in our vernacular, would call it, injustice, unfairness, hatred, right? But all of those are things that can be changed by a choice, right? And that's where mistake comes in. Does that help?
No,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and sometimes, one of the things, anytime I read a wisdom text, I have to get into its mindset, right? Because it will change words. And so getting out of, is not, what they're doing is making an unloving choice in allegating something, right? That's an unloving choice. Therefore, it's a mistake.
And can be corrected.
And can be corrected by them making a different choice.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
When you just gave the example that you did about going hiking with someone and they're throwing trash on the ground, it's also that the correction isn't from you, right? In your example, you give a bag for them to put trash.
Mhm.
Really, what we're talking about is that you mind your own business and you don't judge them. You recognize that God's going to make the correction in that and be unloving toward the planet Earth, right?
Ashley, thank you. Yes, that's great. Yes, it is not mine to correct them. Because if I think it's mine to correct them, then I think it's mine to judge them.
Right.
Right? Now I can demonstrate, and if Spirit suggests they threw it on the ground because they didn't have a bag, and the loving act is to give them the bag. But me giving them the bag, that's a misdirected miracle. That's where I want to heal something. from my judgmental perspective, right? So absolutely. Love may simply mean, let me just see them in their innocence,
He was calling for
you
love.
know? And if it drives me nuts, then I pick up the trash.
So for your example that you were giving, would it be taking the mindset that the people that were going against you, sorry.
It's okay.
The people that are going against you, getting in that mindset that you're the same because your intention for this child is really the same. The basic intention for the child is the same, right?
I would even stop it there and say, no, you're still trying to work on the world's level, right? You're still trying to justify how can I see them as innocent at the world's level. And I can't, there are some things, I'm sorry, but at the world's level, I just cannot do that. No, let me finish. And so what I have to be willing to do is raise above. There's a section in Course in Miracles called Above the Battleground. And it speaks about the only place we can truly see resolutions to problems is when we get off the battlefield and get up here high enough. And that's where the higher self through love sees things and can say, oh, okay, well, they're doing that because they have this regulation or da-da-da-da. And I can't really do anything about it, but I know love can. I know God can. And so I'm going to place this into the hands of God because I can't do anything. As long as I try to figure out how I can see something from the world's level, I'll drive myself insane. Yeah, Andres.
In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, like when the battle's going on, he says, there's nothing at risk here.
Mhm.
Nothing is actually happening here. Right? Like you're at the level of the illusion and you think a body's dying and say, well, you don't die.
Right.
Well, that should take everything out of it, but it doesn't because there's still attachment to it. But it brings you back to the level at which you're at and you think you're going to resolve it, and you can't.
Right.
It's a higher level that you're looking. You got to look at it from the perspective of it doesn't matter exactly what they're doing to you because A or B person would be doing C or D thing. You know, there's always the next thing that's going to be happening to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bill.
Yeah, I think one of the things that comes to my mind is speaking, as you see in your forgiveness, one of the elements of love to me is forgiveness.
Yes.
Forgiveness to the world. And you think of to me, on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing.
Mhm.
So love sometimes has a kind of sad aspect to it. You see, and yet the forgiveness, like this never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That's a great example, Bill. And the Bible says, you know, at the crucifixion, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Course in Miracles would say forgiveness is correct perception. Correct perception means I see my brother and my sister as God created them, perfect, whole, complete, innocent love, making a mistake.
Yeah.
That's a correct perception.
So annoying.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's just, it takes a leap to get there, a leap of faith to get there. And we're learning to practice it. So like I said, there's a lot in this, and we're not going to master it every day, every minute. So what? We're making a mistake, and we can correct our mistake by a new choice.
Yes.
Wendy, did you have? Okay. All right, let's go to 4. Love is your identity shared with God. Love is not limited. Anna said this earlier. You are love. And you are unlimited. Have you been to a place, even for a second, Oh, where you could feel that expansiveness. That was so rich that even as you felt it, your body opened up, your heart got softer, your mind got clearer. And you could see, it felt like you could see beyond the cosmos. And you could feel this radiating energy just consuming you. It's a holy instant of love. It's a holy instant of your true self, who you are. That vastness, so vast. I love to go in what we call the void. It's one of my favorite places to be, where there's just this vastness. And it is so vast, it becomes dark because you just can't see an end. And you sit in that. And you let this energy come. And who knows, each time, each moment is something different that comes. But it's always loving. It's always loving. And almost always something that heals me. Always heals me, but sometimes I consciously know how it's healing me, right? That's our identity. That's not a location we're going to. That's us coming to our truest, highest, most beautiful, amazing God self.
Yes. Yes.
That we can be at in any moment in time.
Yes. That's what we are. That's the love.
If I had an accident and I bumped my head and I had amnesia and I forgot that my name was Carla, I'd still be Carla.
Right.
I just wouldn't know what my name was.
Right. Yeah.
And so if I was among a group of people and I said, I don't know what my name is, I don't know who I am, they might make up a name for me. I might become Elizabeth, right? And I might go by Elizabeth. And then I remember, oh no, I'm Carla. But you know what? That period of time I was going by Elizabeth, I was also Elizabeth.
Right.
Right? Because they knew me as Elizabeth. So I'm not my name.
Right.
I'm the being interacting with whatever name you want to put on me.
Right.
Right? Grandma.
That's right.
Right? That's a real valuable name to me. And so our essence is so big, so unlimited that we cannot name it. The Tao Te Ching says, that which can be named is not. Right? That which can be named. So we're well beyond this. Ooh, breathe that in.
It's deep. So beautiful.
That's the place from which we can make powerful choices.
Yes. And experience real love.
And experience real love.
What we say we want.
I'll guarantee you get to that space for even 30 seconds. You're not going to be hating yourself in those 30 seconds. I mean, those are the juiciest times in my day. I don't do it when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Good. I could. Not sure that the world's laws would appreciate it. Yeah, any more thoughts on that before we move on? Yeah, Anna.
That what comes to me is that if I am experiencing anything but love about myself, then I am forgetting who I am.
Oh, yes, right.
So anything but I'm feeling love for myself and I'm feeling love for others, or I'm just feeling love. I'm not knowing who I am. I'm having amnesia.
Yes.
I'm having amnesia, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm 99.99% in.
99.99% amnesiac.
Right. 99.
Right?
9.
Proud of yourself? Oh, welcome online. I am hoping that it is coming through clear. 5. Love.
What do you mean? Paragraph 5 or
No, no,
are they
on this sheet.
coordinated?
On the sheet. They are not
Okay,
coordinated.
that's it.
So number 5 on here. That's right. Love is not beyond, I'm sorry, love is beyond the world's belief.
Mhm.
Love is not upheld by any worldly principle. So that's where we're looking at paragraph 5 here. No law the world obeys can help you grasp love's meaning.
Wow.
No law the world obeys can help you understand love.
Nice. Wow.
There is not one principle. Let me repeat that. There is not one principle
Mhm.
the world upholds that doesn't violate the truth of what love is and what you are as well.
Dang. That's pretty powerful.
I didn't say it.
Let's talk about some laws the world obeys that cannot help us understand love's meaning.
Speed limit.
I'm getting a whole class in psychology here. Speed limit, the laws of the speed limit.
Mhm.
Why is the speed limit law
Mhm.
not a representation of love?
Because it's a limit.
Well, it's a limit. What'd you say, Jax?
Because we're not bodies.
Because we're not bodies. Okay. And doesn't it have to alter based on circumstance?
Yep.
If the weather outside is delightful, right, it's going to be one thing. If it's snowing outside, it's going to be another. I missed that question on my driver's test. Like, no, you drive according to the weather, not what the sign says. But also, someone in an ambulance,
Right.
it's going to be different, right? So that is a false measure. It's not consistent. And love is always consistent.
It's more of a guideline.
It's a guideline. Says the sports car driver.
Yes, exactly.
It's a guideline. It's
Like
a guideline.
guidelines, yeah.
I love that it also says, though, let me get back there just so I can get there's not one principle the world upholds that doesn't violate the truth of love, but also of who you are.
Mhm.
In other words, it's saying the world's lying to you.
Yeah, that's it.
The world's lying to you. Jax.
So, this actually, I'm really, glad that this is the lesson today because I was just out in the parking lot having this lesson and I called my sister. Because, like you asked what laws the world obeys, right? That, you know, and so my mother was, to say deeply difficult would be almost too generous.
Okay.
Got it.
And so, you know, as my sister and I especially go through the healing process, the message that we've received over and over from the world is that in order to love yourself, you have to hate this woman.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of the law of you loving yourself is like refusing this woman.
Yeah.
And she died almost 2 years ago this month. And and I mean, that amnesia thing is real because she had us all on amnesia. We didn't know what she was doing to us. So I spent most of my life deeply attached to my mother, not being able to love her. And I was just standing out there, smoking before class. And for the first time in those 2 years, I thought to myself, I should call my mom and see what she's doing.
Wow.
You know, and it was just like, it was startling because, yeah, it was just like a feeling. And I called my sister and she laughed and laughed and laughed because like, at this point, it wasn't so thin, but it was that moment of like, the love, like you can't let the world tell you what the laws of love are.
Yes.
That is a gift that
I love that, Jax. And, you know, and you're so right. I see this. I used to work with abused women. I worked with abused women for years. And really this underlying message is to love yourself and your children, you have to hate that person and annihilate the relationship, right? And that person becomes the target of hate, of, you know, however, because that's how they can get the woman, sometimes men, violence happens all over, but predominantly women, mad enough, motivated enough to leave the relationship. So they feed the anger and the hatred so that they feel justified to do what's healthier for them. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Andres.
Same thing, like I'm going through a breakup. Well, I broke up with someone 6 months ago, that was good for a long time. And I saw that whenever I looked for comfort in the world and with friends, it was always that I was like making her wrong or making her bad. And I was really committed to not moving forward with anger.
Yeah.
And not moving on from that relationship with anger, and my heart
Mhm.
was really with peace. But yeah, it still comes up, and I'm thinking, I wish it would have been this way or whatever. Then I just learned, like, if I'm gonna put anger on it, then I'm really just doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not healing, right?
Exactly. What I can,
Yeah.
it's not because I'm like a selfless, yogi. It's like, it's for my own good. Like,
Yes.
I want peace. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So that's the trick. It's like, yeah, some people move on from a previous relationship with anger, and it's quick. It seems quick, but it's kind of like poison. Like it takes a longer time for that poison to draw out.
I'm going to argue that they don't move on from that relationship. Their body and their presence leaves the relationship, but they remain stuck where they're unresolved,
In the past.
right? And so if I didn't leave a situation in love, blessing that situation so that I do not live that past in the future, I will get to enjoy that past in every wicked relationship that comes up until I bless that past,
Yes. Yes.
right? Yeah, I can't hate my past and live in love.
That's right. Can't do both.
Can't.
Here's a worldly principle. Here's a worldly principle that love doesn't obey. And the principle is love requires sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love means sacrifice.
Love means sacrifice.
That's a
Ooh,
principle
yep.
of the world that love doesn't obey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I have a laundry list of those kind of sacrifices. I've earned it many times.
Regenerate.
I know, I keep going back and remembering that past, darn it. Let's go on to 6. Love is perfectly apparent to eyes that choose to see and ears to hear. Love is not found in darkness and in death. I love the word perfectly apparent because I don't need glasses to see love, especially not glasses that are covered in fingerprints. Right? And it's a simple willingness, eyes and ears willing to see it. If I'm not seeing love, I'm not willing to see love.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's perfectly apparent.
Yes,
It's sitting right there.
always.
Spirit is very apparent to me. I can see spirit. She's right there. That's how apparent love is in every given moment.
Yeah.
So if I'm not seeing love, it's because I do not choose in this moment to see it or hear it.
Yeah. I would rather look at my grievances.
I would so much rather.
Yes.
That's so funny. I just reached the top of my head for my glasses that I'm down here cleaning. Okay, we know how present I am in this body. Okay, love is not found in darkness and death. I think this is so important because, first of all, at the level of love, there is no death. We don't die.
That's right.
So where does darkness and death reside?
Only in the mind.
Here in the ego and only in this world.
In a dream.
Only in this world. And we give special love to the deceased.
Don't wait. Don't speak ill of the dead.
Don't speak ill of the dead. We create altars
Yeah.
for them. We light candles. We do these different things for the dead.
As if that love died.
As if the love died. Many of you know my story, but I lost my son to COVID in April of 2020. And thank you, Andres. I saw that. I will tell you, my son is not gone,
Yeah, that's right. That love did not die.
and he is annoying as hell. He will pop in, and this was his true nature when he was in the body. I mean, he would walk up to you. I'd be standing here talking, doing something important, and he'd walk up and put his finger up my nose. Boundaries meant nothing when he was in body.
We're all one.
Now imagine having no body to limit how boundaryless you can be.
Oh, yeah. Great.
He can be very annoying, but he's very present with me from day one. Now I'm very blessed that I spent the last 25 years prior to his transition learning to communicate
Yes.
beyond the body, right? So he's annoying.
But he ain't gone.
Why he ain't gone. He ain't gone. And that love, that relationship, and I have my mother, others, but he comes right fresh to mind. Love never dies. Love never dies. Love doesn't end when the relationship ends.
That's right.
You are never out of relationship with someone you started a relationship with, even if it was 60 years ago the last time you saw them.
And that's hard. That I'm still working.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the relationship can transform.
A relationship style can transform.
So instead of being your girlfriend, it's your friend now, right?
Yes.
But it's hard if you see that person with another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
And you have to, not only do you have to remember, Andres, that you're going through a transition, but when I look at the changed form and it hurts, I'm not looking through the eyes of love.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am not looking through the eyes of love.
I'm forgetting that I am love.
I'm forgetting that I am love. I'm forgetting that love does not have multiple forms.
Yes.
So I forgot that because you're no longer my husband, and so I don't have that husband spousal love, that love, true love, exists.
Yeah.
The spousal love, that's not true love. It's not true love. And so we're being asked to learn how to elevate to the level of true love. And in the meantime, we're having all these delightful experiences where we get to make new choices,
That's right.
time and time again.
Exactly. Delightful opportunities.
Yes, of course.
This one it just kind of confuses me because when I hear people share things about, like I know a few people that have felt like or have taken part in taking someone's life,
Okay.
whether that was like shooting them up with heroin and they died in their arms, or maybe in a traffic accident. When they share about their experiences, they're in a dark place, and I feel a tremendous amount of love for them.
But their darkness didn't come from love. Do you think someone shot somebody out of love? Right. Their darkness. You're looking at them from a place of light. They responded from a place of darkness. Does that make sense? Because if I can look at someone who has done something that I judge as egregious, but I can look at them as innocent, I'm looking from light and love. Right? I'm not looking from a dark place. Because if I'm looking from a dark place, I'm going to put them under the prison. Right? That's a different place. So if it feels dark, if it feels heavy, if it feels death laden, I can know it's not love. You can know it's not love. Number 8. Number 7, I'm not going to go deep because we've already done it. Love is timeless and releases years of waiting. Love is not dependent on time. What that passage really basically says, because it's long and convoluted, but it basically says love is beyond time and space. See, if you walk through all the different things in space, what that means is it's beyond time and space. So there's no limit. There's no limit to it. But if you're filling in your blanks, it's timeless, and love is not dependent on time. So it also doesn't take time for me to love you. It does not take time for me to love you. I don't have to get to know you, see if I like your personality, see if we mesh, see if we can be friends or not. We friends on a friend. Nico is 8, and we go play at a place called Urban Air. It's basically a big trampoline park. And he'll come up, Grandma, here's my new best friend. Oh, what's his name? No idea. But this person's my new best friend, who he met 2.5 seconds ago. But they're like this. They are bonded for the whole 3 hours that we're there. Never knows the child's name. We leave, and he'll say, that kid that, and he'll describe what he was wearing and what he looked like. And maybe I got the name. If I got the name, I'd say, oh, you mean Joe? That's what love is, right? Love just shows up and says, hey, you want to be my friend? When he was littler, he's learned that people don't understand what he means. But he would go up to people up on the park and he'd say, you would be my best friend and play with me today. Especially if they were a little older, they're like,
You're talking about a lawyer first.
Right, yeah. Let me see, let's see what you do first, right? But that's really how love wants us to greet each other as love, right? It's with the walls down. Would you like to be my BFF for this next 30 minutes? I don't know your name. I don't care what you look like. Can you jump on a trampoline? Let's go jump.
For real.
Right? That's really what love looks like when love's meeting love. It doesn't need all those earthly factors. Do I look the right way? Do I have the right color skin? Do I have the right color kind of clothes? Do I fill in the blank? Right? Love just says, you are, I am, let's love. Doesn't take time.
It's a good pickup line.
Yeah. Write it down, Andres. Let's love. I'm gonna put that in a book someday.
That's a good slogan, isn't it?
Did you see it outside on the sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys say yes.
Yes. Number 8, love is God's gift that replaces all false values. Love is not found in the meager offerings of the world. Love is not found in the meager offerings of the world. And that is 8:4 says, withdraw all value you have placed upon the world's meager offerings and senseless gifts, and let the gifts of God replace all of those meager offerings. So we have all these things. I'm going to be successful if I, blah, 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 right? I'm going to be loved if I'm going to be accepted. I am going to be awarded this Nobel Peace Prize if all of these meager. I'm going to be a trillionaire before I die. Meager.
That's meager.
That's meager, right? The richest person on the planet, every one of their gifts, possessions, relationships, etc., according to this, is meager compared to what love wants us to have.
Yeah, which is what we are.
That's pretty intense.
That's very deep.
And not only that, the entirety of everything on the planet. So I think we only have 1 trillionaire, but we have a lot of billionaires, right? The billionaires, millionaires, the thousandaires, the dollaraires, right? All of them together is all of that consumptively together is meager.
Wow.
Compared to the gift that we've been given
Yeah.
by being unlimited loving essence.
Amen to that.
I could write a check now.
For love.
For love, right? Again, we have to take our association away from what the world says in order to experience our identity.
That's right.
Say it again. The world's been lying to us about who we are.
Yeah.
That ain't who you are.
That's right.
That ain't who you are. Any comments on that?
So if you're having self-doubt about your value, you don't know who you are.
That's right. That's right. You have self-doubt about your value. You do not know who you are. And when I'm remembering, I'll help you remember.
Amen to that. And
That's what a community does, right?
That's right.
That's why we have this community, so we can remember together.
Exactly.
Number 9, love is gentle and abides, lives with you. Love is not a dark illusion of your reality. We've created what we believe is our reality. This body had a crazy, nasty bug this week. I was going to be on top of the mountain, happy Thanksgiving, and I couldn't do that. I was going to go see Wicked, and I didn't get to do that. I was full of snot, and I was cranky, and I was whiny, and I had this very dark illusion of my reality. And when I got over feeling sorry for myself, which I usually do, got over feeling sorry for myself, I had 3 days in bed, because I was in bed, but I had 3 days to listen and to be cared for, to be thankful that I had a comfortable bed and a roof over my head and soup in the pantry, and that I didn't have to worry about anyone, and that I could just let the body receive the healing that it needed. Then it wasn't such a dark reality. It was all just a change in my mind. When I was ready to see and hear love's providence, it was so apparent. And then the funniest story is I'm sitting in this. So Friday, Black Friday, I'm finally healthy enough, and I have to get everything off the bed. I'm going to wash it so that, no germs in the house. So I go to the laundromat. Some of you might have seen this post. I put it on Facebook. Ever heard of a laundromat having a Black Friday sale?
No.
No joke. I go in, and the young lady, she says, "You have the app, right?" I said, "Yeah. We're having a Black Friday sale." Okay. Every dollar you put in, we match.
Amazing. Amen. That's great.
I was like, okay. And so I doubled my money. So now, it's sitting there, what I didn't use on Friday. So while my clothes are washing, I go to get myself a golden chai from a coffee shop not too far away that I love to go to. And the barista comes over and she says, "Here's your golden chai." "Thank you." She looks at me and she says, "Do you like spicy chai?" I said, "Oh yeah, I like all kinds of chai." She says, "Good, because I made it wrong the first time." "Would you like this one as well?" So Friday, after having, 3 days of being sick and in bed, I have my doubly blessed day. I swear everywhere I went, things were doubled. It's like,
Great.
okay,
Should have played lottery.
right, I should have. Could have doubled my winnings, $2 instead of $1. Right? But that's how love shows up, right? When we are ready for it to be apparently obvious.
That sickness was not what you are.
Thank you. It was not.
I just felt the revelation that just came to me.
Hey,
You were mentioning the sinus infection.
that was,
Yes,
it's not funny.
That was. My joke was snot. My revelation.
I love you. Number 10, love is a future free from the past. Love is not tied to the attributes of the past. I had to sit with what that meant, past attributes, because it was such an emphasis in that sentence. Anything I remember about the past is an attribute of the past. Anything I remember about the past is an attribute of the past.
Even when I hate this one.
Huh? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's called heartburn. Right? I'm having a remembrance of the attribute of that past taco. Right? Right? The attributes of the past are what actually scare us about our future.
Indeed.
Right? Oh, that hurt so bad. I don't ever want to go through that again. And so what do? I put up walls or barbed wire fencing around my heart, around my being, because those attributes of the past are scaring me. But love looks nothing like the past. Nothing, not a single attribute of the past. So I can know if I want a future that doesn't have the same attributes of the past, I have to choose to build my future from the presence of love. And where does love reside? Now. Love only resides in this now moment. We can remember loving moments, but love itself only exists right now. So I can close my eyes and choose not to see love and focus on the attributes of the snot of my last week, right? Or I can sit in here and say, hey, I'm standing up here. I've only used one Kleenex and I'm walking around. I got my orange juice juicing me up and I am feeling good. And I'm with all these love beings. Wow, I wonder what my next 5 minutes are going to be like. Because this current moment is hella cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I can stay stuck on those attributes or I can choose this now. Yes, Jax.
There are two things that came up just while you're talking about this. So like the past attributes. So from like a neurological perspective, good or bad, your brain is only trying to experience any one thing for like 30 seconds. Right? And it may even be 3 seconds. So let's say 30. Let's
Let's be generous.
Like your brain is only trying to experience anything for a very short period of time. All the other experiences that we have around that event are a choice that we're making to revisit that experience.
That's correct. Yeah.
And so the other thing that came up was a little bit of a dichotomy. I'm a comedy nerd, so I've watched a lot of comedy documentaries. And Penn and Teller, like the big guy and the quiet guy, they do magic. They're a magic comedy duo. And they were describing the way they work one time where he was saying, well, we do the setup for the joke and the setup for the magic trick together. And then we do the punchline for the joke. And after the punchline for the joke, that's when we do the actual magic trick. Because he said, neurologically, what the laugh does in the middle is that it makes you forget what you saw in the setup. And so it makes
Yeah. So the love in the middle will let you forget.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
That's a pass.
Yeah. Just send them back behind you. Take one for yourself, of course. All right. 2 more, and then we're going to go to this. Number 11. Love is freedom for all. Love is not the opposite of hate. If love has no opposite, love cannot be the opposite of hate.
Right.
What the world wants us to believe is that there are two forces at work,
Exactly. That's right. To,
good and evil,
right,
righteous and unrighteous, love and hate.
right,
Love is all.
right.
Love is all. Love is one. Again, we have to get above the battlefield. We have to get above the world's rules
Yeah.
to see that. But when I get there, when I get to that point where I can see everything as I truly am, love, perfect, whole, complete, and innocent, and I can see all of you as what you are, perfect, whole, complete, and innocent. And I can see everyone in all the prisons around us as perfect, whole, complete, and innocent. And I can see everyone in all of our politics as perfect, whole, complete, and innocent. Right? That's what I'm seeing from love.
Right.
That's what I'm seeing from love. And when I'm seeing from love, hate doesn't exist. There's no segments. You know, God doesn't love certain people. God loves in all beings, big and small, from the rocks to the giants and everything in between.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it's really, this whole passage is really trying to get us to understand that we live in this, you actually use the word dichotomy, right? We live in this world of dichotomy, of division and of separation and of trying to make things parts and parcels and pieces like it's a big jigsaw puzzle. Anytime I have a part or a piece, I know I'm working on the world's level. And if I don't have all the pieces, I sure as heck better not judge. Because I'm not capable. I am not capable of judging.
That's right.
Right? But love is freedom. And it says elsewhere that freedom is not of the body. Freedom is not of the body. I've worked with, through Visiting Angels, I work with people who are in hospice, ending towards their transition. And a lot of times their body's not doing anything. But the freedom that they experience and the ways they're able to be more fully themselves, because they aren't any longer responsible for their bodies, so they're just in this now moment because it may be their last. So they're very present with it.
They're experiencing freedom.
They're experiencing freedom. Now we in the world level might not see it that way. I just this last week was able to be present for one who made a transition. And, you know, peacefully. Yeah. Not this last week, the week prior, but yeah. 12, the last one. Love is shared with everyone equally. Love is not exclusive or selective.
Wow.
So we go into the relationship realm. I want a monogamous relationship. Does that violate this concept of love?
No.
I also not necessarily really effective, so I say no, damn it.
No, it doesn't violate. Right? It doesn't violate because that is a form
One expression.
through which love is being expressed. That is not the love. Now, if I say, I want a monogamous relationship and I don't ever want you to talk to another woman or look at another woman again, now we may be in violation.
Yes.
Right? Because now I'm asking you to exclude
Right.
someone from your love.
Right.
I'm asking you to not offer love to someone else.
Yeah, because love doesn't mean sex.
That love does not mean sex. Yeah, love is not of the body. Absolutely. Oh, we went through that fast, but the last place, and you should have received, here's mine. Thank you, Matt, because who knows what happened to mine? It's here somewhere. Okay. Notice that there is a line here on your bookmark. I hope you use this thing often so that it becomes tattered.
Yes.
I bless you, that line is whatever judgment you have of that person.
Whoever you're not liking right now.
Or you may be loving. I love you, my beautiful, because that's also a judgment,
Okay.
right? I bless you, my favorite person. That's a judgment, right? Any adjective, put this in your mind. Adjective equals judgment.
Hmm.
Any adjective I have is a judgment. Right? Matt?
I love my adjective.
You love your, I hope you're very happy with your adjective.
Yes. So I bless you, my beloved grandson, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's.
Beautiful.
I would learn by me blessing you. I'm the one who gets to learn what love is.
There you go. Mhm.
Believe me, probably more times than not, the word on that line for me is not going to be beloved.
Yeah.
You know?
It might start with a B.
It might start with a B. It might. That's what this asks us to come to, is this prayer. I'm just, you know what? Because there are a lot of times when I can't even speak to someone when I'm so angry. And please don't stand in front of that person and read this. It's not what it's for. But in my mind, in my next moment of quiet, I can. It's like, you know what? My arrogant brother or sister, right, whatever, I bless you because I want to experience love. Yeah. Ooh, thoughts. Wendy.
I've just been hung up lately and it's not fully formed. But whenever I'm not letting go of something about someone else, it's about me. Alright.
It's always yes.
So you find it is sometimes really hard because it's so obvious. And that kind of drains me, not slightly mad, but also it just sort of makes it easier.
So I believe this lesson really gives a significant answer to that. Because if I'm seeing you as something less than loving, then I know I'm seeing me as not love.
That's how it goes.
And it doesn't matter if your version of not being loved is different than my version of not being loved. I'm just seeing the echo that I saw in you, you're a blah, 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 blah. Well, I might be a bleep, 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 but I'm also not love. You're not love, I'm not love.
That's it, right there. That's it.
Yeah, and that hurts
Yes.
because it's a lie,
So exactly.
and lies hurt,
That's right.
right? But we lie to ourselves all the time. Yeah.
In my, in the fellowship that I'm a part of, we do something called the sick man's prayer. And when someone has like, in our perception, wronged us, we believe that they're sick, because if they're sick, then they're healing on their way to get better.
Yeah, love
We
it.
do a prayer for them that it's called the sick man's prayer, where we say, this is a sick man, God save me from being angry. How can I be helpful to him? That will be done.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That's absolutely beautiful. That's
Right in alignment. Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
just wanted it.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. One of the things I love is willingness is not mastery, right? We're willing, we're learning, we're growing. Oh, any final, before we go to announcements? Matt, do you have something? Okay. I want for each of you to use this the first time on yourself. On yourself. Because one of the things that this passage is really trying to get us to recognize is how little we see ourselves through the eyes of love. How little. If I truly saw myself through the eyes of love, I could do nothing other than see you through the eyes of love. So I didn't work on any relationship except my relationship with myself. I could heal all my relationships. I could heal all my experiences. I'll tell you what, there are days when that B word I'm using for myself,
Amen to that.
right? And when we create, you would say, well, that doesn't make sense, Carla, to say, I love you, my bratty sister, right? But what happens when I'm judging myself is I actually create a separate identity.
Right.
Everywhere you judge yourself, you're holding a separate identity of yourself, a separate being, a separate persona.
Mhm.
So this is my very kind and loving persona. I really like her. This is my cranky and angry and I don't like that persona. Those personas are actually energies you've created as a separate part of you that has an identity. We say it. I don't like the angry part of me. If you are love, you are one, there are no parts.
Yeah.
Right? All right. A couple of announcements. So it's somewhere around here. I think it's under you, Anna. Is the offering basket. Anyone who would like, we do also have Venmo and Zelle and PayPal. And you can go to RockyMountainMiracleCenter.org for a donation link there. We take cash, checks made out to RMMC, however, and these are love offerings, so they're not expected. I was like, is that me? Announcements, I have a list here, so I'm full because I will forget. There's some.
I've got,
All right, so today at 5:30, Anna and Greg are teaching Transforming Relationships through Course in Miracles, and it's awesome. I have yet to make it to be here, but I've watched many times. Last week you did the win-win
yes,
solutions,
yes.
which is what love does.
And tonight will be our last one in person till next spring.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Just because of the weather and stuff. So tonight, 5:30, and then that's it for spring. We'll be back online.
Okay, so I will need
Yes.
to transfer that.
Yeah.
Tuesdays at 7:00, Transformation Teas, which is a Course in Miracles reading group. We get as far as we get.
And it's beautiful and deep. It's
Yeah.
incredibly awesome.
Yeah, Jackson and I enjoyed time together on Tuesday and we read one paragraph.
That's great.
So we got that done.
That's how deep
That's right.
it's gone.
This Saturday, Anna and I are doing a miracle community living in the real world play shop. And as part of that, we will be looking at what does A Course in Miracles say the real world is that we could be experiencing right now.
That's right.
And then in the afternoon, we'll be having a visioneering interactive session where you get an opportunity to start pulling in and calling in that real world for yourself. Sign up sheet is out there. Sliding scale, what you can afford. And if you can't afford, don't let that block you.
Yeah.
Just talk to Anna and I. December 14th, here in the afternoon from 1 to 4, we are having our visioneering, community-wide, membership-wide visioneering for Rocky Mountain Miracle Center. And this is the place where you get an opportunity to share in what will become, right? Not just in 2026, but the life and the livelihood of the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center. Because of its interactivity, it's not going to be available on Zoom. So if you want to participate, you do have to actually be here.
And that's in place of our regular board meeting.
That's right.
And it's for everybody,
Every member.
every member.
So if you're not a member, you would love to be a member, membership forms are there or on the website, there on the table and also on the website. And then we heard during the annual meeting back in October, a request for a time to celebrate as a community, a time to connect. And so now we will. So we will be having a monthly potluck on the third Sunday of the month, the first one being December 21st. And Everyone's welcome to bring food. We'll also provide some food, make sure that there's food for everybody. So mark that date, this 21st. Any other announcements?
Yes, Greg has made us a lovely lunch for today. And is there a class today?
Not today.
Okay, well then great. Well, then it will be in the library in the kitchen. And Greg's made a lovely lunch for us today.
Beautiful.
Giving leftovers, stuff like that.
Mhm. Actually,
You said that the third Sunday of every month was a product, but I don't know, so what time?
oh, right after, so from 1 to 3-ish,
Yeah, okay.
12:30 to right after class.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? All right, let's just take a minute and let's just really close our eyes. Let's come in. Let's remember that we have been gifted the identity of love. An identity where we are all one with all that is. One within ourselves, one within the universe, one within all that exists. There's no parts, there are no pieces of us. It's just love. That we get the privilege of walking in that presence, knowing that this love is constant and unchanging, knowing that this love never judges, that this love is way beyond anything we experience on this earth and in these worldly beliefs. That this love I can see every moment that I'm willing to see or to hear. This is a timeless love beyond space and time, beyond any form. This love is God's gift to me, and it replaces the meager, tiny offerings of this world. This is a loving and gentle love that lives within me, and it lives within everything. Any darkness and death that I see is merely an illusion. Love promises me a future that's nothing like my past. Love gives us all freedom. And love has no opposite, not even hate. Love is shared with all of us equally. God is love. I am. You are love. And in this promise, knowing that God and love is everything. And so it is. So it is.
Beautiful, thank you.
All right, yummy.
All right.
Thank you. We made it through all of that.
Yes, we
in 90 minutes.